Hey Squirtles! So this video is going to target recovery. So this is going to be a really good one to do the day after rehearsal when you're feeling sore or tight. Also the day after a workout in general, this would be a really good one to follow. We're going to be, so it's easy for you guys to remember, we're going to be going from head to toe. We're going to target all the major joints, focus on really creating that 360 motion of them and help the body just to feel a lot better. You don't need any equipment for this. However, I will talk about a couple items towards the end of this that are really nice things to just kind of have in your arsenal if you do have access to them, and I'll also explain how you can find those items. Also, if you're doing this at home, that's awesome. You can watch the video, follow along. You also can do this at the gym. If you're at the gym, plug some earphones in and maybe you just kind of listen to my voice and follow along that way. However you want to do it is totally fine. But yeah, let's get started. So we're gonna start on our backs. So you're just going to lay on your back. And we're gonna start by just tuning into our breath here. So take those hands, place them at the base of your rib cage. We wanna think the lowest part, right at that bony part of the rib cage there, and just try to hear your breath, try to slow it down. And the reason why this is important is when our body is in a relaxed state, we're more mobile. So when we are in a tense state, which we tend to be in pretty much all the time because of life stressors, our body is in fight or flight mode. It also means that the body is tense. The joints don't want to be as mobile as they need to be because your body is too busy saying, what do we have to defend ourselves from? What do we have to escape from? So we want to really relax and get the body ready for some healthy movement here. Think about taking 5 seconds in and 7 seconds out if you can. In through the nose, out through the mouth. On these next few, you're going to lift your hips just a little bit. The goal is for the back to be completely flat on the ground, so our hips are just slightly elevated. We're going to take that deep breath in together. And on our exhale, use the hands, press the rib cage in, press the rib cage down towards the ground, try to engage your abs. And keep going, just like that. On the inhale, we expand the rib cage as much as possible. And then on that exhale, we press in, we press down, use as much force as you can with those hands. Really reinforce that breath. Bring the hips down, relax for a second. Do not let the arms go above the head. You might notice they naturally want to do that because the body's like, oh, why are we relaxed right now? We want to tense back up. We're going to go ahead, bring the knees into the chest. Let's just hang out here for a moment. And then to get the core fired up right here at the beginning, go ahead and just lift your head. Try to crunch everything in as much as you can. Keep breathing while you're here. Really hug it in. And release. Awesome. We're gonna come up from here and we're gonna go on to all fours. Here in this position, let's just, before we even really do anything, let's go ahead and we're gonna rock around. So you can kind of take it in whatever motion you want here. I kind of like to go in a little bit of a circle in each direction, but we're just getting the body acclimated to movement, especially if we're feeling a little bit sore and tight. This might be kind of nice. And then we're gonna go ahead, tuck the toes back. We're just gonna sit on those toes here for a second, warm up those toes. While we're doing that, let's start with our neck. So we're just gonna tuck the chin down. Let's look all the way to one direction, all the way to the side, all the way up. So we're doing a really full neck circle all the way down. We're looking in each direction that we're going. And then try to go the other way. Really feel that pull in the neck. And take it at whatever pace you want, really any of these things that we're doing. If you feel tight in a certain area, feel free to hold that area a little bit longer. From here, I'm up, and I'm just going to take my hands, placing them at the base of my neck, and I'm going to go ahead and look down. Keep breathing while you're here. Let's look back up. We're going to take one hand, cross it over to the side, pull the head in the opposite direction. Try to relax both shoulders while you're here. We're not tensed up. Let's try to go the other way. Awesome. We're going to bring it back down, hands down to the ground, and let's go to the shoulders next. So we're going to start with some shoulder circles in this position. Whichever arm you want to start with is fine. We're going to bring that arm all the way up as high as we can go. Once we can't go anymore, we're going to rotate from that shoulder and bring it all the way around. Really try to reinforce that full range of motion. Take it as high as you can, then rotate. And then let's go ahead and try the reverse. So we're pressing the palm up towards the ceiling as high as you can go, then reverse from that shoulder. If you're doing shoulder circles from standing, like we're more used to, this is how you want to think about doing it as well. Let's go ahead and reverse it. Let's try that other arm. Feel those shoulders firing up. And then reverse that direction. Awesome. From here, we're just going to tuck one arm underneath the other. We're going to place that shoulder down, and then from here, the hand that is still bent, you're going to straighten it above your head to really deepen that stretch. Take a few deep breaths here. If you notice any tension at all, any cramping, it's okay. Release that position for a second and then come right back into it again. Let's bend that hand, bring it all the way back up, and we'll try the other side, same thing. We're tucking that arm all the way underneath, and then we're straightening that other arm. Try to relax the body. The more relaxed you are, the less cramping you'll have. And then bring everything back up. Good. We're going to keep our hips right where they're at, and we're going to do child's pose, but from here. So the way it's going to work, hips stay up. You're just going to walk those hands out in front of you, and then we're hanging out right here in this stretch. So this is a nice one for the back, upper back, and also the shoulders. Keep breathing while you're here. Allow the body to get deeper into that stretch with every exhale. Good, release, go ahead and come back up. All right, from here we're gonna do something called a cat-cow. So it's called that because we do end up hitting both positions that sort of look like a cat and a cow. So we're gonna start by just taking a deep breath in together. When we exhale, we're going to press through the fingertips. We're going to lift our back as much as we can and look down. On our inhale, tuck the tailbone under first, and then each vertebrae, one at a time, slowly look up as much as you can, and then exhale to press through again. And continue to do these at your own pace, inhaling to look up, exhaling to look down. Feel that stretch in the back. Let's try for one more together. One more inhale, looking up. And one more exhaling, pressing through those fingertips. Good. Shoulders should feel pretty warm by this point, right? All right, from here, we're gonna go into a lunge next. So we're gonna bring that foot down in front of us, and then let's go ahead, have one hand on each side. Let's straighten that back leg here in lunge. And I want you to inhale to flatten the back. Exhale, press the hips down. Good, really get into that stretch. So we're going to the hips and to the hamstrings next. Let's take that arm on the inside of the leg, reach it up towards the ceiling, reach it as high as you can, feel that twist in the back, all the way through to the fingertips, keep everything now tense through the whole arm. And then we're gonna bring that arm down, and we're gonna do the other side. A little bit harder to balance on this side, but that's okay. Try to find your footing. It's okay if you fall over and have to get back into it, and allow that tension to form from fingertip to fingertip. Come back down. From here, we're gonna put one hand on either side again, and we're just going to straighten that front leg. So we didn't move either foot. We're pretty far, our legs are pretty far from one another, that's okay. Let's go ahead and bend again. And then again, we're gonna straighten that leg. Breathe through these stretches, come back down. Let's do one more, straighten that leg. Whichever foot you have in front, if that's that left foot there, bring that left hand down, and then we're gonna reach the right arm up to the ceiling. So we're encouraging the core to work here, deepening that stretch. And then come back down. Go back to lunge. Let's place both hands down, send the front leg back. So we're kind of here in a nice little plank here. Let's fire up the abs, really round that back. And let's bring the other leg in front. Inhale to flatten the back. Exhale to press the hips down. Bring that inside arm up. Really feel that twist in the back. And bring that arm down. Take the other arm up. And bring everything back down. One hand on each side, and we're straightening that front leg. And bend back to lunge. And straighten that front leg again. And back to lunge. And then one more. Stay there. Hand is down on the floor, and this time our left arm reaches up. Really tuck the belly button in, right? Engage the abs. Bring the hand back down, back to lunge. Bring that foot back so we're in a nice plank. Fire the abs, round the back. Drop the knees. And let's go into a regular child's pose. Now with this, the more spread your knees are, the harder the stretch, or the more intense you feel the stretch. So wherever you need to go is fine, and just extend those arms out in front of you. Awesome. We're gonna come back up. We're gonna bring one foot out in front of us. Let's say, bring that right leg out in front of you. And we're gonna do something for the hips, and then we are gonna hit the ankles really quick since we're in a nice position for that. So back toes are gonna tuck under. We want a 90-degree angle from the floor up to that front leg. You can place the hands on the knee. What we're doing is tucking the hips under, and we're pulling forward as much as we can. Now you should feel this in the hip flexors. So we're not fully extending forward like we're used to. We're not over here. We are tucking the hips under and we're just going as far as we can while feeling that stretch in that hip flexor there. If you need to extend that front foot forward a little bit more, you can always do that. And let's go ahead and come back up. And for the ankle stretch, we're doing same hand as leg. So you'll take that right hand, bring it out in front of you, turn the hand in, place it onto the foot. My other hand is either on the floor or it's on my heel, and I'm pressing forward. My goal is to keep my foot flat on the floor and to feel the stretch underneath the calf, not at the calf, underneath. So if you don't feel it, it just means you need to bring the foot in a little bit more and really use the muscles in that foot to press down as hard as you can. Let's kind of rock back and forth here. Warm up those ankles. Good, and then we'll switch sides. So now we have our left foot in front. We're tucking those back toes under. Hands are on the leg. We got our 90-degree angle, and then we're gonna tuck the hips under and then pull forward. Feel that nice stretch in the hip flexor there. Good, come back up. Same hand as the foot that's down. Hand is backwards. My other hand is on my heel or it's flat on the floor, and I press forward. And then we can rock back and forth here. So everyone's mobility is different. You'll notice I barely even move on this side because of my prior ankle injury, so got to work back up to where it was, not that it was good to begin with. This tends to be one of my biggest focuses is my ankles, and everyone has their spot. So. Awesome. We're going to bring both hands down, back on all fours, and the last thing we're going to do here is some nice hip circles. So let's go ahead, bring one knee into the chest. We'll say bring that right knee into the chest. Bring the knee all the way out to the side. Take this nice and slow. We're lifting it all the way up, pressing that foot towards the ceiling. Keep both arms straight. Don't let the body tip. And then bring it all the way back in. Good. And let's do it again. We're going all the way up to the side. Try to keep the weight centered between both hands. Lift it all the way up towards the ceiling. Remember, cramping is good. Bring it all the way back in. Let's try the other way. So we're pressing up, 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 up. We're bringing it all the way out to the side, all the way into the chest. And we're one more time. All the way around. Try to feel the core engage when you bring it into your chest. Good. And let's do the same thing on the other side. We'll bring that knee in and out and all the way up and in. And we do one more just like that. Good, and go the other way. We don't rush through this. We take it nice and slow, engaging those hips, encouraging that full motion. Nice. All right, so we're gonna go into our 90-90 stretch from here. So remember, one leg's in front, one's in back, and we call it the 90-90 because we have two 90-degree angles happening here with both legs. We're gonna sit up tall, and we're gonna exhale to pull forward. Really feel that stretch in the hips. Keep that spine straight so you can really feel that intense stretch in that front hip there. stay right where you're at. I'm gonna flip my rotation so you guys can see what we're gonna do next. So from this position, we're gonna walk the hands over to that front knee, and then we're sitting up tall. We're looking back behind us as much as we can. And with this one, I really want you guys to focus on making that twist happen from the hips all the way through to the neck. So with each exhale, keep twisting and really look back as far as you can. We're gonna place our back hand or back elbow down. My other arm, I'm gonna rotate, I'm gonna flip my palm up, and with every exhale, I'm gonna press my palm forward, and I'm gonna press my elbow towards the ground. So we'll take a deep breath in together. Exhale, we go forward and down. Once you've gone as far as you can, just hang out there, and you should feel it in your back. Should be a nice stretch in the back there. And then go ahead and come back up. And we'll go into a stretch for our quads. So we're bringing that elbow down. Feel free to bring the other elbow down if you'd like. And then really press the hips down towards the ground. Try to keep the knee down. Don't let the knee lift. Awesome, and we're gonna do the other side. All right, we're here on the other side. We're sitting up tall. Take that deep breath in. Exhale to pull forward. Keep that spine straight. Think about almost sliding that front hip against the floor, like sliding it back. And then walk the hands over to the front knee and sit up tall. Look back behind you, and with every exhale, twist a little bit more. Make that twist happen all the way through the neck. Good, just like on the other side, we're bringing the back elbow down. We're flipping the palm up of the other hand. And we exhale to drop the elbow and slide that hand forward. Gradually go into the stretch. Should feel nice, right? I know I like this stretch. Let's go ahead and come back up. And then go into our stretch for our quads here. So we're bringing either one or both elbows down, pressing the hips down, and we are keeping the knee flat to the ground. All right, so we're gonna head back to the ground, laying on our back. Next we have the knees, so we are making our way down. So we're gonna repeat this one a few different times for a couple of reasons. So first, all we're gonna do, our feet are flat to the ground, we're gonna bring one leg in. Flex that front foot, and I want you to bring the leg in as much as you can. Wherever it stops, hang out there. And when we exhale, we are going to straighten the leg, but we need to keep it right where it's at. We're going to inhale to bring it back in. The leg does not have to be completely straight while we do this. That is okay. And if you notice any pain at all, that's okay. We're scanning the body, right? So just don't straighten all the way. Just straighten as much as you can without pain. And that really goes for any of these things we're doing. If you guys feel any pain at all when you're doing it, that defeats the purpose of the recovery. So if you have to make the movement a little bit smaller, it's okay, because over time, your mobility will increase and you'll be able to do it without pain. We're exhaling to straighten, inhaling to bend. Let's go ahead and try the other side. Let's scan the other leg and see how it feels. We bring that leg in as much as we can, and then we exhale to straighten. Sometimes too, the body just needs to know that you're giving it permission to fully move through a movement, especially if you've dealt with injuries in the past. Sometimes it's just the body, the nerves being really nervous in a sense. And sometimes that's why when you make a movement smaller than normal, when you come back to it later, you're suddenly able to do the exercise. Let's do one more. Good. We're gonna sit up and we're gonna do some knee circles, and then we're gonna go back to the floor and see how that's changed our knee extensions. So we have one leg tucked in, our other leg is out, and either both hands are gonna go on the knee, or one can go on the knee and one can go behind. Whatever's more comfortable, it doesn't really matter. And what we're gonna do here, we're gonna walk that foot forward as much as we can while the whole foot is flat to the ground. So if the toes are up, you've gone a little bit too far. We wanna hang out here, and we're gonna start by just lifting the foot up as much as we can and then dropping it completely flat back to the floor. And while we do this, again, just notice how it feels, notice any pain that might happen, and if it does, make that motion smaller. Now we're gonna hold the toes up. Everything below the hand has dibs to move. Everything above the hand must stay still. We're just going to rotate the leg from side to side. So allow that movement to happen from the shins all the way down to the ankles, all the way down to the toes. Activate everything. Everything above the hand is still, so don't move those quads. I see them. I do. And then we're gonna try to do a full circle now. So we're going all the way to the side. Drop the foot flat to the floor to the side. Swipe it all the way to the other side on the floor. Bring it up and around. And then try to repeat that motion a few more times at your own pace here. There's no rush, no right or wrong. And then let's go the other way. Full circle, utilize those shins. We're swiping all the bad away, right? Good. Relax. Let's try the other side, same thing. So we walk that foot forward, yeah. Either one hand or both. Let's start by just lifting that foot up and down. Hold the toes up. Let's go side to side. Isolate everything underneath the hand. And then full circle. We're encouraging that knee to be loose as possible. And then try to go the other way. Good. And we're gonna, so from here, we're gonna lay back down like we were saying, and we're gonna repeat the knee extensions again and see how it feels any different for you, especially if you have noticed any pain at all in your hips or in your ankles or in the knees specifically. You might notice some differences here. So we're bringing that leg back in again, we're flexing that foot, and then we are exhaling to straighten. Inhaling to come back down. You should notice that it feels a little bit looser. Maybe you're able to straighten a little bit more now. Hamstrings warmer. One of the coolest things about our bodies is that all of our muscles are interconnected. When we work on one muscle, when we work on one joint, it affects all the others that are nearby. Good, try the other side. At your own pace, exhale to straighten as much as you can without pain. Remember not to let the leg lift off your body, right? Awesome. Take a seat. Let's move down to the ankles. So same drill. You guys should now be essentially pros with the knee circles. So the ankle circles will feel really easy. So we literally start the exact same way. Foot is as far forward as it can go without lifting. Either one or both hands are on the ankle. And we start by just lifting up and down. Now, remember the isolation has to happen from underneath the hands. So let's hold the toes up. The shins do not get to move this time. Now it is just the ankle down to the toes. Shake that foot. No, no, no. Should feel the ankle firing. Everything's awake for sure. And then try to do a full circle swiping, yep, all the way around. Don't let the shin move. This is challenging because the shin really wants to help. And then try to go the other way. So you'll notice your rotation might be a little bit smaller than it was with the knee circles, and that's okay. It should be because there's less of your body that can help with this rotation. Awesome. Let's try the other side. Same thing. We're starting with the ups and the downs. And we are going side to side. And then into a full circle. And we're going the other way. When you go one way, we gotta go the other way, right? Awesome. We have one more thing for our ankles here. We're gonna go back to our hands and knees and go into a nice downward dog. So make sure those hands are directly underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Take a deep breath in with me. Exhale, we're gonna straighten the legs. We're just gonna hang out here for a moment. And let's just start by going up and down. We're shifting the weight from the toes down to the heels. Sending the weight from our hands to our feet. Wake up those ankles, those calves. Let's try to go side to side. So we're cycling from one way to the other. Bend one leg and we switch. Straighten both legs, press the heels down, push your head through your arms. Take a few deep breaths here. And then bring those knees down to the ground. We have one more thing that we're going to do today. So we have a little bit of dynamic movement happening here. Let's apply everything. Let's put it all together. I'm going to kind of back up here so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to bring that left foot out in front of you, and we're going to tuck our back toes. From here, we're going to place our hands on our neck. Let's take a deep breath in together. We're going to exhale to twist to our left. Remember, allow the twist to happen through the neck. Inhale to come back to the front. Exhale to stand. Try to catch your balance. Inhale to bring the right knee up. Exhale, we're going to twist to our right, going the other way, all the way through the neck. Inhale to come back to the center. Exhale to go right back down where we started. And we're going to repeat this again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, back knee up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, back to where we started. Good. Let's switch legs. So back leg, front leg. Here we go. Hands are on the neck. Take that deep breath in. Exhale to twist to the right. Inhale to come back in. Exhale, we stand. Inhale, back leg comes front. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, back to where we started. Let's do one more. Exhale, twist. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, stand. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, front. Exhale, back to where we started. Good. Go ahead, take a seat. Let's lay on your back. And let's go back to where we started. Hands are on the rib cage. Tune into that breath. Try to slow your breathing down if it's a little bit elevated. On that exhale, press the rib cage in and down. Really take control. Allow the breathing to come back to normal. Hands are just resting now, either on your stomach or by your side. Allow the shoulders to relax. Relax the muscles in the neck and through the face. While we're here, take a moment to think about one thing that we did today, or one thing that you've been doing physically that you're very proud of. And envision one thing that you can't wait to improve on. Take those hands, wrap them around your body. Thank yourself for a wonderful recovery session. And that's where we're going to stop for today. I told you guys I would tell you about two really awesome pieces of equipment. So I will show you these. Your foam roller, which I think most of us have used one of these, or we generally have, we know what it is at least. So a foam roller, and then I also have this. So this is a soft version of a lacrosse ball, which you can also buy. You can buy both of these things at Walmart. The foam roller you can find for like $8, and then the lacrosse ball you can find for like $4 over in the sports section. So for both of these things, I can show you how to use them. A foam roller you can use for all parts of the body. This lacrosse ball allows you to target specific areas a little bit more than the foam roller does. So it's always good to start with the foam roller, and then whatever areas you can't get or that you want more pressure on, you then use the ball. One area also in terms of dancing that I really like to use the ball on is actually the feet. And so the way that works is normally you would You would do it from standing, that would be the best way. And then from here, you take your foot, you place it on top of the ball, and you would use it like a foam roller. Now I can go side to side, and then I can also drop my toes, and I can continue to go side to side, drop my toes, and then I can, when I find the area where I'm like, ooh, okay, I really feel that, I can maybe hang out there a little bit longer. Maybe I go in full circle, straight, whatever you want to do with it. Our feet are pretty tender areas, just in general and also in dance, and we tend to not really focus on recovery of the bottom of the feet. So this can be really nice, especially if you are dealing with ankle pain and knee pain. Right here, your best friend. So anyway, I hope you got something out of this. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and if it helped, and I'll see you guys soon.